Ugh, not this game, not this game. Before Americans were introduced to what they thought was Super Mario Bros. 2, the true sequel to Super Mario Bros. Was running rampant in Japan, destroying the egos and lives of many gamers. So why didn't America get this game initially? Well, let's find out. When it was ready for international release, Nintendo of America ultimately canceled the idea of this game coming to America as well as Europe. And why is that? Because the game was developed by Satan himself! Oh shit, oh shit! As if regular Hammer Brothers weren't enough, we also get their evil cousins, where they don't stop moving towards you! And fuck honor, your ass just needs to survive. I mean, imagine if the game assholes. I mean, what the why would you want to do that to a— No! A review of Super Mario Brothers Super Mario World. It's a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging, a bit more perfect, a bit more colorful, a bit more realistic, a bit more levels, a bit more secrets, a bit more enemies, a bit more traps, a bit more sound, a bit hotter, a bit cooler, a bit weirder, a bit more revolutionary, a bit more Mario, a bit more of what you want. It's 16-bit and it's only yours if you can get it. Well, you know the rest. If you plan on playing every level in the game, you'll also encounter the occasional Star Warp, which takes you to the Star World. And if you manage to complete that world and find every exit, you'll encounter the Special Zone, containing the game's hardest stages, though you wouldn't know by looking at the stage names. Gnarly, tubular, way cool, awesome, groovy, mondo, outrageous, and funky? No, really guys, how about bodacious? How about radical? Cowabunga? How about bitching? I like that one. But on a serious note, these stages really are the hardest in the game, especially tubular because of those fucking charging chucks.
What an asshole!
Where the King of Koopas awaits. And, wait, what the? His castle has a back door? A back door? You moron! You idiotic, illogical, oversized, stubborn dipshit! Why? Why would you have something like this here? I'm at a loss for words. I thought Wart was the king of jackasses by having something that kills him inside his own room, but Bowser, I mean, my god. You know what? I'm not even going to go through this back door. I'm going to go through the main entrance. I'd feel like I'm picking on the mentally disabled if I went through that. After delivering the final blow, Bowser releases Princess Peach from capture and skyrockets into oblivion. This is my review of Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing.
Nuts without me, you're nuts.
Elliot, what are you doing here?
Dude, we burned big rigs together the first time. I'm not gonna miss this chance to waste my time and review this.
What happened to your hair?
Enough about that.
Around the year 2000, a company named Stellarstone released a game called Taxi Racer. Never heard of it? Neither have I. Stellarstone was a company primarily stationed in Santa Monica, California, but its developers were stationed in Russia and the Ukraine, which apparently allowed them to create games for incredibly low budgets of around $15,000.
The effort shows.
Taking a note from Sonic R, we can select up to 5 different tracks. First, we have the Devil's Passage, which is bleak, lifeless, and it lacks any sort of atmosphere to get you in the mood to race. Then there's Devil's Passage 2, which is just like the first Devil's Passage, only in the dark!
This game has balls!
Next up is the Forgotten Road 1. There's no Forgotten Road 2, so what's with the number? Anyway, it's boring. Yeah, so the name fits. After that, we have Night Ride, which, oh look at that, it causes the game to crash.
Use the arrow keys to move, and with it you can show off just how incredible your big rig is. Not only is the truck not affected by any sort of terrain, no matter how steep, it can also pass through fucking objects. Obstacles? Not a problem. Just watch as your truck pass through everything like an unwanted kidney stone. Bridges? Pff, fuck that. We're gonna go under that bitch and show just how badass your truck is. Shit, why stop at bridges? Who needs the map? Your truck is also the pinnacle of interdimensional travel.
Just to seal the deal, in case those features didn't make you want to buy the game yet, your truck can also reach speeds transcending the speed of light while in reverse! Yeah, just hold down that down arrow key and watch your truck blast off at a speed previously thought unimaginable. But hey, if you think you're traveling too fast, just let go of that down arrow and the truck will come to an immediate halt. I won't even begin to think what would happen to the truck driver under that circumstance.
In fact, your truck is so badass, you can sometimes win the race before it even begins. You're a winner. Yeah, you are a winner indeed. Amazon on eBay, and the game reaches prices of over $50. $50? Really? Superman 64 doesn't even reach those prices nowadays. And it's miles better than this game. How's that phone, by the way? Hello, I'm Johnny the Super Gamer. Ah!
Hey, John.
Hi,
What are you doing?
I'm reviewing Metroid games.
Which one are you doing now?
Metroid Fusion.
Can I be in it?
Sure.
Cool.
88. Upon surveying some caverns, Samus encounters the gelatinous parasite X. No, not that X.
Upon further investigation, we find out that Samus's infected pieces of her power suit have become an entity of its own. The Samus Aran X, or the SAX for short. Not only does it come with this incredibly creepy close-up, but it's mimicking Samus at full power. That alone makes it a serious threat. The speed booster, the Various suit, the gravity suit, the space jump, and the... No, I'm not gonna say it.
Say what?
No, not gonna say it. I refuse. I'll just get that annoying echo that interrupts me.
John, we can't continue unless you say it.
They can read the video screen just fine.
What if they can't read English?
The screw attack. Oh, for the love of God! What the hell? Where did it go? Hey, that shell thing looks familiar. No! No! Screw attack. No! A Sonic game by fans, for fans. By the mania, for the mania, as they say, which doesn't make any sense. Flames showed an oil ocean! Oh my god, I can set the oil on fire! I've always wondered what would happen if you threw a match into this place since my old Sonic 2 review, and they answered that! They actually fucking answered that! I am the god of hellfire! Supersonic, yeah, I can comfortably grab all the emeralds and abuse this son of a bitch just like before, and I also don't have to worry about hearing the invincibility theme loop every 5 goddamn seconds. Seriously, that shit was the worst! Just don't transform near a spinning drum. Knuckles, what the fuck are you doing? Tails, you too, is this a fucking trend? And where's your flicky army of death? Sonic, cut that shit out! Yeah, I ran into a few collision issues here and there, but it rarely affected my total experience, and maybe that too is a callback to Sonic CD on the Sega CD. Jesus, this game is a textbook example of nostalgic pandering, but I don't fucking care. Sonic Mania is amazing, you should spend hours in the game, mastering each Sonic stage, being amazed by the graphics, and absolutely rocking it out with the soundtrack. It's been 14 years since the game's debut and 11 years since I first played it. Is Sonic Adventure still a good game to be had? Well, let's begin with the story. I never exactly understood why Robotnik needed to destroy Station Square specifically in order to build his own city. I mean, isn't there plenty of room for both cities? Did he destroy Station Square when he built Eggman Land and Sonic Unleashed? Actually, that's a rather strong possibility. The graphics just flat out glitch up. Look at Sonic's eye here. I had no idea his head was also a slot machine. Tails does that on occasion as well, and... This party game insists on cramming every single teenage female stereotype known to man in one package. Mary-Kate and Ashley, along with not Mary-Kate and not Ashley, where's Elizabeth, have just received their driver's license and it's close to their sweet 16, so what does that mean? Fashion! Accessories! Quiz games? Music, I think. And don't forget the boys, oh my god! And let's whip out those cell phones, kids. That's what you want to do when you just get your license. Text and drive! Look at this and tell me that's not what they're doing. Keep your eyes on the fucking road, you moron! These are some super privileged and accomplished kids. I get it, they want to create role models for the younger crowd, but you gotta be realistic with this sort of shit. They got their own sports convertibles for one thing, and that's just to drive across the board, and the minigames have these kids driving jet skis, ATVs, sailboards, to professional photographers apparently. They own a cupcake factory and auto shop to customize the sweet rides. They're 16! Fuck, where did I go wrong, you know? One minigame you could be collecting points or racing laps in four-wheelers, the next you could be doing the same exact shit only on jet skis. Minigame number 1, collect things. ATVs. Okay. And minigame number 2, collect things. Jet skis. Genius. I'm tired. Let's call it. It is borderline amazing on how little this game offers and how unpolished it is. So how could I not invite my friends and family for a 4-player adventure? Look at this right here. You couldn't get any manlier than 4 grown-ass men playing this fucking party game.
We are so
But
off.
they're constantly switching the
Got 'em.
poses. The fuck? And she's on fire!
It's the same thing as the fucking kayak game.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
That's what it is.
Why is the
Meanwhile,
bar going through her?
That's what I just said. Ow! Oh wait, I'm green.
What the hell just happened?
What happened to me?
Whoa! Did you sink?
I sank.
What? How? Well, yeah, you clipped through the fucking floor.
Oh, that's
How
a
did you
strikeout.
sink?
What the hell's going on with the camera?
Oh, how are we doing this?
It was like a Guitar Hero.
I went blue.
Yeah, I pressed the right button, I guess, wherever the cupcake
Oh
comes
my
down.
god, it is Guitar Hero.
Perfect cupcake. Perfect cupcake. Perfect cupcake. Perfect
Oh no, fucking.
Oh, this is gonna get annoying.
Cupcake. Perfect cupcake. Strudel?
No, it's not getting faster. It's just that there's more coming.
God
Yeah, I'm
damn
coming, all right. Perfect cupcake.
Don't jizz on the
Oh, it's the jizzer. Oh, I'm coming too soon.
I'm sorry.
You know what, brain dead for a minute.
Fuck this up, dude.
What?
Why did it do that?
I did that.
What?
What the hell? What is... Yes! Did you get this? Yes! Fucking great! The game is complete! I'm going home! And it's finally bugged the fuck out, John! Turn it off, brother!
Oh my god.
What? You're in a blue void.
And I got a feeling I'm gonna die pretty well. Now look at that. I fell into a void and got eaten by a slime. Oh, Jesus Christ, that wasn't even fucking... I was about to end my current expedition when my eyes suddenly became fixated on what looked to be a human heart. My heart was telling me to turn the other direction, but my brain insisted that I check it out. I couldn't mine the stone around the heart with my current equipment, but luckily for me, I had some bombs. Thanks again, dude. Hope you're enjoying your fun little clubhouse. And bam! There we... A horrible chill runs down your spine. Funny, I would think being underground would be more human than anything else. Anyway, what was I? Screams echo around you? I really shouldn't be doing this, should I? But each heart was giving me these cool-looking weapons. Hell, the sword itself had amazing range. Okay, just one more, then I'll take a break. One more bomb here, a few seconds later, and... Brain of Cthulhu has awoken. Wait, what? Oh, what is that? Get away from me! No, 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 no! Save me, guy! Oh, God. I'm guessing that was a boss. Alright. I have seen the enemy, and now I wanted to... You feel an evil presence watching you. Shit, did that thing follow me? Oh, giant eyeball! Why does Cthulhu not want me to play Terraria? I got some... It's quite clear now. I've become addicted to Terraria. I know a part of it was because I wanted to get footage for this video, but when I noticed that I didn't want to pry my eyes away from the laptop, I know I was having a great time. In fact, I'm playing the game now while I'm talking about it.
Huh? Oh shit, I gotta review Terraria.
You're already doing that, me.
Oh good, then I can play more Terraria.
No, wait. Oh. But when the first ever trailer debuted for this game, I seriously thought this was an April Fool's joke. The concept was just so absurd. Shadow the Hedgehog packing heat? What? But before you could potentially get the idea to just ask Rouge or anybody else for that matter, aliens. But the game likes to constantly remind me that it's hardcore and bright colors are for pussies. Look at all this fucking purple and gray. This is a man's game about a superpowered 3-foot hedgehog. Look at Shadow go. Yeah, ride that slow-moving block. Corey, I'd appreciate it if you stopped looking at me like that. What is with this running animation? Is this how Corey runs in the show? Is this how I look like when I run? I am quite the heavy fuck. I have plenty of time. You can only detect one emerald piece at a time. See this? It's a master emerald piece, but it's not the one the game wants me to locate at the moment. They want me to locate the piece over here and then come back to collect this one. During your first playthrough, there will be times where you could potentially be right next to an emerald piece, but if it's not the one the game wants you...
Which can actually be pretty dang annoying. I actually sometimes wonder what would happen if a lit matchstick fell into this area.
For each character.
What you're seeing now is my normal state. This is a Super Saiyan.
So, what a useless transformation. You've changed your hair, so what?
And this is to go even further beyond!
ancient looking Chozo statues that contain unknown items that you can't immediately use because your suit is incompatible with it. Well, what kind of bullshit is that? But collecting these items does cause one of my favorite music pieces to play. Come on, wouldn't you just love to use that piece to increase the drama of any given situation?
Hey, can you go grab me a Pepsi?
John, we've been out of Pepsi for a week.
This game in particular is almost 6 years old. It's been bashed, beaten, despised, and all around just not liked by the entire community. What was supposed to be Sonic's most ambitious title ended up being one of his most infamous. You guys all know the game. It's time to review Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Eventually, Shadow manages to capture Mephiles inside the staff, causing the primordial Mephiles to tell Shadow that one day he will escape and that he will kill Shadow, which explains why Mephiles was familiar with Shadow to begin with when they first met. Apparently, because time travel is such a chaotic plot element, Shadow was always meant to seal Mephiles inside the Scepter of Darkness 10 years ago, but there's just one little problem with that. Shadow was still cryogenically frozen on Prison Island during that time. There's no way he could have been the one destined to seal Mephiles. It makes no fucking sense. Okay, just to bring up this point because I know someone out there will, but Sonic 2006 was originally meant to be a continuity reboot for the Sonic universe. We would have had all the characters from Adventure 1 and onward with none of the backstory, and while this would explain why Shadow would ever consider joining forces with Gun, or how Shadow is supposedly the one who was meant to seal Mephiles 10 years ago in the past, this concept is completely thrown out the window with Sonic Generations, which treats Sonic 06 as canon alongside every other 3D Sonic game. Oops. Well, since this isn't a reboot, then that means Shadow, at some point or another, snuck out of Prison Island one night, visited Soliana because he read on the brochure that the food was good, and helped the Duke of Soliana seal Mephiles inside the Scepter of Darkness. Shadow then returned back to his sleeping tube back on Prison Island, where in 10 years' time, Dr. Eggman will release him, kicking off the events of Sonic Adventure 2. Time travel is bullshit! Use Chaos Control once more to travel back to the present day, but before Silver heads into the portal, he gives Princess Elise the blue Chaos Emerald he possessed, telling the unconscious girl to think of it as a lucky charm, which explains how Princess Elise had the blue emerald in the beginning of the game in the first place, unless you played Shadow's story, which has Silver jump into the portal with the blue Chaos Emerald still in his hand.
Oops. Folks, I really am, but this story is just utter garbage. This shit's way too pretentious and full of itself to be the plot of a fucking Sonic game. This is the same series that's given us a super fast blue hedgehog, a fox with two tails, and a fat doctor who imprisons furry woodland creatures inside robots, and now it wants to start taking itself seriously? Give me a fucking break.
Son of a bitch, let's just end this already.